Hey everyone, thank you for joining us. We'll start here at Red Bull Arena, then we'll turn it over to Zoom. So we'll go ahead and kick things off with the media here at Red Bull Arena. Anyone have a question for Ben? Jorge, go ahead.
How's it going, Ben? So close to your first road win, so close to back-to-back wins. What were your thoughts coming into this game?
Well, the same thoughts I always have coming in this building, that it's going to be a battle, it's going to be a fight. And you got to try somehow to control the chaos of it all and outwork them and win the duels. And the transition moments happen very, very fast here. And they're just really good here. And to get something out of it, you say we didn't get the 3 points, but we got our first road point, and that's important. Certainly looking at the data here, they had a few chances, so I think we take this point. I think we're a little bit disappointed in how late they scored, and we weren't able to get all three. But this was important to come here and get something out of it and go back home next weekend.
Go ahead.
Coach, could you talk about your team slowing down the game in the second half? The first half, the Red Bulls were dominating possession, and in the second half, you saw your team slowing them down, gaining more time with the ball. Could you talk about what your team did specifically?
Well, what happens when you come here, you get so revved up for the fight of it all, and you forget to play soccer sometimes. And the message at halftime was to continue battling and winning those transition moments, and but exhaling a little bit and connecting passes and understanding we're a better team than that first half showed. But again, and as far as slowing it down with the little things, I think we were just tired. We did a lot of defending tonight. But really proud that the guys worked their tails off, every one of them. Subs came in and made a real difference as well. So overall, I'm fairly happy.
Go to the gentleman in the back here.
How you doing, Ben? Daniel Rebane, Area Sports Network. Other than the result, what are some of the positives you could take away from this game?
I just mentioned it. I mean, everybody showed up, and we haven't had to kind of dig in and fight like that yet this year. It's always a unique challenge to come here, and they're athletic. They're fast, they're scrappy. Again, they understand the chaos better than most teams. And we bent a lot of times, but we didn't break that often, and that's a characteristic that we're going to need throughout the season. And it's not always going to be like this when you come in here and have to play at this speed and deal with this many duels. But overall, we take from it that we can slug it out, and that's an important trait.
All right, we'll do three more here in the room. So we'll go with Jorge, this gentleman, and then we'll go over to Zoom.
Ben, you said everybody showed up. Who was your man of the match?
That's a pretty easy one for me. Steve Clark was great. Made a few big saves, and it's nice to have him back there as well, because it's nice to have a goalkeeper that can spread the ball around and give us some possessions in a game like this.
We'll go to this gentleman, and then we'll wrap up with this gentleman.
Ben, right over here in the middle. Obviously, you have a lot of history in this building on the other side, and you've seen a lot of different atmospheres at Red Bull Arena. Obviously, this was a different one, given everything that went on pregame. As a coach on the opposite side, with all of that going on, how do you kind of handle that with your team and approach that when you have sort of all of that off-the-field things going on the other side?
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of things going on here. So we didn't address a lot of it with our group. It was really about us this week, and we tried not to get too caught up in that. But it's meaningful discussions and conversations, that's for sure. But it's still a soccer game for us, and we're still trying to get a result. It was a little thin, and I think it's something we will talk about maybe a little bit more Monday and Tuesday with the team now, and what this means, and kind of have a conversation. just have that conversation. I think it's warranted within our group and how we act and react, and so that part will be something we'll talk about this week.
Good evening, Ben. You talked a little bit about Steve Clark and his play, during the game. He made 6 saves, basically kept you guys in the game in the first half when there was a lot of relentless pressure by the Red Bulls. But do you feel for him a little bit where he was just seconds away from walking out of here with a clean sheet and, of course, a win? Yeah,
I mean, everyone's disappointed. I had to go pick him up a little bit because, but that's a good sign when you're a little pissed off that you, even though we gave up a lot of chances and shots, but you're still a couple minutes from getting 3 points, and we should be able to see those out. And we did enough tonight in the end to get the 3 points, and then they're disappointed. But choosing to take away the positives of our first, taking something away for the first time away, and it was gutsy. It was a gritty performance from us, and I haven't seen that us dig into that place yet. And I think that will benefit us down the road when we get back to full strength and obviously play different types of opponents. So I feel bad for Steve. Yeah, a little bit.